Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, where we bring you the latest and most important political developments from across South Africa. If you're new here, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments section. We love hearing from you. Today, we're unpacking a political shockwave that's shaking the foundations of the ANC and reviving one of the country's longest-running scandals. Former President Jacob Zuma is back in the headlines, and this time, he's making some bold claims. According to Zuma, senior ANC members, his own former comrades, framed him in the arms deal corruption case that has haunted South African politics for over 2 decades. Now, this isn't just another denial from Zuma. He's accusing powerful figures within the ANC of a deliberate conspiracy to destroy him, rewrite history, and erase his legacy. In this video, we'll look at the background of the arms deal, Zuma's explosive allegations, the internal ANC dynamics, and what all of this means for South Africa's future, especially with elections on the horizon. Let's start with a bit of history. The arms deal, officially called the Strategic Defence Procurement Package, dates back to the late 1990s. After the fall of apartheid, South Africa sought to modernize its military. The government approved a massive multi-billion rand procurement program for submarines, jets, and ships. At the time, it was meant to symbolize national progress and military strength. But what followed was years of allegations, investigations, and court battles. From the start, the deal was clouded by suspicions of kickbacks, bribes, and corruption, with top politicians and government officials allegedly benefiting from the contracts. One of the biggest names to emerge from the scandal was none other than Jacob Zuma. Zuma's alleged involvement centers on payments he is said to have received via his former financial advisor, Sheba Sheikh, who was convicted in 2005. Prosecutors claim that Zuma received bribes from the French arms company Thales, which was bidding for contracts at the time. Zuma has consistently denied any wrongdoing, saying the charges are politically driven. Fast forward to now, and Zuma has taken his defense to a new level. In a fiery recent address, he accused some of his former ANC comrades of orchestrating a plot to falsely implicate him in the arms deal. He said, "They say I was a spy, and now they say I'm corrupt. These are the same people I fought alongside. They are trying to rewrite history and paint me as the enemy." According to Zuma, this isn't just about legal charges, it's about power, betrayal, and political control. He says certain influential ANC figures fabricated evidence, manipulated the narrative, and used the courts to force him out and stain his reputation. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Zuma suggests that his downfall was part of a larger power struggle inside the ANC. A struggle not just about leadership, but about the direction of the party, control over state resources, and the legacy of the liberation movement. These accusations land at a time of intense political pressure. The ANC is heading into a tough election season. Its support is declining, and internal divisions are more visible than ever. Zuma's public statements are throwing fuel on an already burning fire, and the party has yet to officially respond. Now let's talk about the silence from the ANC. No denial. No rebuttal. Just silence. And that silence is loud. It either signals disunity, or worse, it signals fear. Because if Zuma is bluffing, the party could call him out. But if there's some truth in what he's saying, it exposes a deep rot within the ANC leadership. We must remember, Zuma remains a powerful figure. He may no longer be president, but his influence, especially in KwaZulu-Natal, is undeniable. His arrest in 2021 led to some of the worst civil unrest in democratic South African history, with over 300 people dead and billions of rand in damages. Zuma's supporters still see him as a man who stood against the elite, a victim of a system that turns on its own. His critics argue that he's the architect of state capture and corruption. Either way, he remains politically relevant. But why now? Why come forward with these allegations at this point in time? Some analysts believe Zuma's goal is to reposition himself ahead of the elections, not as a candidate, but as a kingmaker or disruptor. His alignment with the new Umkhonto we Sizwe party, a breakaway faction named after the ANC's former armed wing, suggests he's building an alternative power base. It's widely believed that Zuma is using the MK party as a vehicle to punish the ANC and to influence the balance of power. And if he manages to peel away enough support, especially in key provinces, the ANC could fall below 50% nationally, a historic and possibly catastrophic shift for the ruling party. Let's also not ignore the legal stakes. Zuma's arms deal case is still ongoing. His accusations raise serious concerns. If what he's saying is true, we could be looking at a weaponized judiciary, selective prosecution, and a political cover-up. But if he's lying, then this is a calculated attempt to derail justice and play the victim card. In both scenarios, the consequences are dire. Trust in South Africa's courts, prosecutors, and political institutions has already been weakened. Zuma's latest move only deepens the national cynicism. What's even more dangerous is how this drama might impact future leaders. If the public begins to believe that corruption cases are nothing more than political games, genuine accountability becomes harder to enforce. And the real victims? The millions of South Africans who rely on an honest government to serve their basic needs. So, where does this all leave us? Zuma's claims have opened up old wounds and intensified the factional battles within the ANC. He's forced the country to once again examine the cracks in its institutions and question whether the fight against corruption is genuine or selective. As we approach the elections, these dynamics will only escalate. Zuma's role in this political storm is far from over. Whether he's telling the truth or not, one thing is clear: Jacob Zuma refuses to be silent, and South Africa is still very much living in the long shadow of his presidency. So what do you think? Is Zuma a political victim, or is this just another move in a long game of deflection and disruption? Should the ANC respond? And what does this mean for the future of the country? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others who follow South African politics closely. We've got more deep dive content coming soon. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay informed, stay critical, and see you next time.